excited to get this rolling. I just was saying we have that Facebook group, so make sure that if you are not in that Facebook group and you're participating, that you reach out and let us know so that we can get you added into that 100 enrollment club is what we have it named, and we'll get up and get some fun information going in there to cheer and support each other on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I just had a really, sorry, Romy.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just had a really fun conversation with Joanna Sacco. She said she has one lady that's already halfway there. So that's awesome. Yeah. I'm super excited.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So the goal for this Zoom tonight, I figured we would take advantage of having it be our weekly team Sizzle and bring Burke and Natalie on with us. I'm assuming that everyone knows who Burke and Natalie are, but in case you don't, Burke and Natalie are actually the people that that I enrolled with. So Natalie holds a place that in my heart that is very special. If you don't know my story, I had a really rough 2 years, and without Natalie being bold and reaching out and sharing doTERRA, I'm not so sure that I would be here and be able to see and know you guys. And so I feel blessed beyond words to have Natalie in my life. I'm beyond grateful for Natalie, and it really is a great example of when we step into that mode of being fearful and sharing the products with people, is that we really are sharing a solution for some people that could literally save their lives. And so when we are fearful in that, just kind of think about that. And so I wanted to be able to gather everybody together so Burke and Natalie could talk about the challenge. I think that this is an amazing thing that we'll be able to do, especially for summertime. It's going to be fantastic. I love that we're doing the teams, and I love that we're all coming together to do this. It's going to be an amazing way to cheer each other on, to share tips and tricks, and just kind of do this together. This really is going to be a team effort all the way around. And I just wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for putting this together. That is my husband and his motorcycle, just in case. Quick.
I love it.
So
it just wouldn't be a call with Romy and Mark if we didn't have the motorcycle in the background.
So he'll be joining us right shortly. So I'll let you guys go ahead and take it away and just you just share what you want to share. Maybe we'll have a little bit of time for questions, and don't forget, don't get off, because we have a giveaway and it's going to be a good one tonight. So
awesome.
I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, Romy. And by the way, you look absolutely beautiful in that setting with that sun coming right through your little hair. It's amazing. What a beautiful, beautiful place that you're at. Hey, Mark.
Hi.
How are you? Okay, Burke is logging on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I love it. Yeah. So what happened here, to make a long story short, is, my phone had broken a little while ago, and I was thinking we're on the road, and Romy's like, that usually doesn't work out so good for me. And I was like, oh no, we'll be fine. We have perfect cell phone reception. Everything's great. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I have a new phone. I don't even have Zoom downloaded on my new phone. I don't have the app. So anyway, that was our little chaos there at the last minute, as Burke was trying to drive and log on to his phone. And now he's downloaded the app and getting on my phone. So he'll be talking separate from me outside of the truck while I'm inside of the truck. So for this challenge, I was actually, I don't want to say I was in a little bit of a funk, but I kind of was, to where I was feeling like, you know what, I need to find that same motivation I had, a while back, where it was just like nothing was stopping me, nothing was getting in my way, and all of a sudden I felt a little bit stuck. And of course, we always tell all of you on the call, when you feel that way, the very best thing to do is personal development and start feeding your mind with positivity and work on that mindset, because that's what's going to move you forward. That's really the only thing that's going to help move you forward when you're feeling like that, is that personal development. So I had picked up a book and was reading it out in our backyard. It was a lead book, Big Leader, and it was How to Create Leaders in Network Marketing is actually what the book was. And in there, he had asked that question. He was, saying it's crazy to think that people think it's so hard to go out and get enrollments in this business when so many people really do want your product. And he said, it's all about your why. And he asked that question, would you be able to come up with 100 enrollments if I wrote you a check for $50,000, 100 enrollments in a week? And I remember reading that, and of course I'm highlighting it with my highlighter, but it really just in an instant opened up my mind to think, would I be able to do that? That's a lot of enrollments. Would I be able to do that in 1 week if somebody were going to pay me $50,000? And of course I would. Of course, all of you on this call would. You would find a way to get those 100 enrollments no matter what. You would be going door to door. You would be going into chiropractic clinics. You'd be going into massage therapy clinics. You'd go everywhere and anywhere, at least shooting for that 100 enrollments, because you would want that reward. And it really just got me thinking, gosh, why can we not have that mindset? Because obviously we know what this becomes is so much more than $50,000. That's like what it becomes for your month after month after month. So why is it that we have such a hard time getting our mindsets in that place and wrapping our head around that and doing the work that really isn't hard work? I mean, Romy, she didn't even share the story of really how we met, but it was really quite powerful and left no doubt in my mind that there was divine intervention. We met from a Facebook post at complete strangers, and it just, people need this. They've lost hope. They are drowning in despair, and we hold an answer for that. And honestly, it is exactly like that Chinese proverb that when you find something of value and it changes your life, it honestly becomes your moral obligation to share that with others. And it's sad that we allow fear to hold us back from sharing something that we know can have such a dramatic impact on someone's life. Like, just for a minute, think for a second how different your life would be without these oils. That's a scary thought. Think of all the things. I just actually had surgery earlier this week. And just even that, all the products I use to help pull through that and recover from that. What if I didn't have those? Like, they're powerful. And so we need to really drop the fear. So really what this challenge has become for me is just that. It's like, okay, it's time to drop the fear, and it's time to go share hope and healing. That's doTERRA's mission. They say it all along. We know that's their mission. I love their mission. So why am I holding back from sharing that with every single person I know? And that's what I hope we all can do collectively as teams, is just charge forward with that mission in mind. So that's where this challenge started. And as I posted it in Powerful Providers. Some of you have been in there for a while and you know about it. And I asked people to send in their videos or post comments about how they would come up with their 100 enrollments in a week. And the ideas coming in were just genius. I loved seeing all the different ways that you guys would come up with your 100 enrollments. The videos coming in were powerful. And all of a sudden you could start seeing people dropping the fear. Like, we even had people say, oh my goodness, it was so awesome to drop that fear and figure out this is what I would do, and it really opened up that creative mindset. And that creative mindset is crucial to success in doTERRA. I remember a stubborn leader of mine who said to me, I won't do classes. That's not how I'm going to build. I'm not going to do it. And I remember thinking, this isn't going to work with this lady. She's got to do classes. She's got to do this, the way that I know how to do this. And lo and behold, this stubborn little Marine, Romy, showed me that she was going to do it her way, and she did it. She's doing it. She's living proof that there's not just one way to build doTERRA. It takes that creative mindset. It takes, using your imagination, visualizing things, just getting creative with how you're going to go about creating that success for you. So I love that. So anyway, I don't know, Burke, do you want to jump in? Are you on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
What do you want me to say? I think you
Hey,
covered
baby.
it.
No.
I think the thing that surprised me, and I told Natalie this after watching those posts come in, was not one person got on there and was like, oh my gosh, this would be impossible. The thing that was really cool and kind of inspiring was to see people who've even been doing this for a long time all of a sudden take that, and with the huge incentive added to it, all of a sudden they were with all this confidence talking about how they would do it and what they would do, and just purely confident that they could make it happen. And it just told me, look, the only thing holding us back is ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't have the big enough why. And money is not a big enough why unless you know what you're going to do with the money. That's what you've got to figure out. It doesn't matter how much money you say you want to make. If you don't know what your why is for making it, what you're going to do with it, and how you're going to change your world and the world of those you love and the world of those around you, then money will never be a big enough motivator. But it was for those comments. Now what we've got to figure out is, how do we translate that into action? How do we go back to our why and really start believing? Because the belief is there. Everyone believed that they could do it if they had $50,000 hanging out in front of them. Now we've got to translate that into, I believe I can do it for other reasons. And those other reasons have to be the what you would do with that money if you have, what really means the most to you.
I love that. And one thing that I think is going to be crucial, obviously we're talking a lot about that mindset and having that why. You can have all the money in the world and not feel fulfillment. And I think that's really important when you're deciding why you really want to do this and why you really want success, is understanding that it has to be more than money. It has to be so much more than money. It has to be the fulfilling part. And you have to tap inside the subconscious mind. And that's not easy to do. So I was talking to Burke. I talked to him a lot about this actually, because I've been doing a training by a lady who does a lot with neuroscience. And she talks about the importance of that subconscious mind. And she talks about kind of your two different personalities. You have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is that personality that plays it safe. That's where the fear comes in. That's where you get frozen. People either took this challenge, and some of them maybe got too scared to even try, so they just pulled back and ran away. They either fight, flight, or freeze. Those are the three things that people are going to do. And those of you that joined this challenge chose to fight, which is awesome. But there's still some of you that are watching this that maybe feel frozen because the 20 enrollment thing scares you. And those are the people that I really feel need to hear this call tonight and need to really realize what that is, that, what is it that's causing you to freeze like that? And it's your subconscious mind. And the only way for you to get through that is to actually use what they like to call your alter ego. And kind of to explain how that works, it's like most of you know that Burke, that's beautiful out there, Rigby. He was a high school coach, and you'll see coaches, they have to do this with their players. So on game night, Burke, will you walk us through what happens to try and get young men ready for games? Like, how do you switch them from their conscious mind to that subconscious place they need to be in?
Chats through their ear hole in the helmet and getting them in a different state of mind. But I can guarantee when we go back into the locker room before the game starts, I'm not asking them how they treated each other in the hall that day and whether or not they got their homework done and, you know, how their pet dog's doing. It's that stuff does not matter. It's time to put on that alter ego, put on that game face, get yourself psyched up, and, you know, just whatever it takes, you know, whether that's chest bumping or, you know, raising your voice, hooting, hollering, all that stuff to get those boys fired up is what it takes. And you've got to get in a state where you're not the person that went to school 6 hours earlier and was picking up the boys' books who dropped them and helping them down the hall. You're not the person who was sitting in class twiddling their pencil, wondering how their pet dog was doing at home. Now you're the fighter. Now you're the warrior. You put that helmet on and it's time to go beat down some people. And that's what we've got to do. You got to get in an alter ego, because quite frankly, we're all too worried when we sit around and go through our daily routines. We're so worried about what our fake friends think of us. And we're worried about what our relatives might think of us, even though they really don't care what we're doing at any other time. They're just out there to sometimes take us and beat us down for what we're doing. We can't just take this challenge on like we do everything else in our life. We've got to get to an alter ego state where it's all or nothing. It's go fight, win, and you've got to warrior and go make this happen. And every one of you is capable of it. There's not one of you on here that couldn't enroll 20 people in the next 2 months if you don't put your heart into it. You can do it. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. I saw it in the comments, in the little videos that were posted. Every one of you is capable of being creative and stepping into your alter ego and doing something big. The only thing stopping you is you.
And I love that. And I think it's important, because I do think the fear of what other people think is one of the greatest blocks for anyone building in this company, is the fear of what other people think. And when you really get down and think about it, it's like, you know what, if they don't find value in what you're sharing, that's fine. We ran into one of our teammates at doTERRA, and, you know, she was frustrated because she had reached out to a family member that had denied her, you know, when she asked if they wanted to learn more about the oils, and she seemed really down about it. And I said, that's okay. I said, look at where we're standing. Look around at this amazing building. We are in a billion-dollar company, powerhouse that's growing like crazy. There are millions and millions of people who want to hear your message, who want these products. And you just need to move past that one person and go on to the thousands who are ready to hear from you. Don't let that hold you back, because, you know, that's the thing. You can't let the opinions of others block you from everything that you know is right and good in this world. You know, we have a phenomenal product. You know, people need it. And you know, this will bless so many lives financially. Don't be afraid to share the business during this challenge. I am not holding back. I am sharing the business. So many people are suffering financially as well as with their health. But I think sometimes we tend to just focus on just the products then, and we fail to give them that financial hope, and they need it right now. So make sure that you're presenting both sides of that during this challenge, and just don't let anything hold you back. That's the biggest thing. You really do need to step into that alter ego, and that alter ego is someone that's on a mission, someone that has a cause, and that cause is so passionate that nothing is going to get in your way.
I think it's interesting too. You know, sometimes we get caught up thinking that all the work has been done here in the United States, and, you know, it's all on the call yesterday with Corey Lindley. he talked to us about the numbers and where things are at, and how the United States is actually cranking right now, and things are back in full swing.
Oh, did he freeze on everyone else? Okay. You froze, Burke. Nope, he's trying to come on.
I think
Oh,
he's
you are
back.
on? Okay.
Let me unmute you real quick.
There he
So,
is.
so what do you got to deal with on the back roads here? So, but Corey Lindley yesterday on a conference call was telling us how great the United States is doing. It's really cranking again right now, and numbers are up way over last year. Now, we know summer's always going to be the worst part of the year. There's no doubt. But things are going very, very well. People are enrolling. I mean, you heard what Natalie just talked about with Joanna's team member. Those who are out doing are enrolling. And so if you'll go act every day, remember, action creates confidence. Maybe you feel unsure of how to do something. The only way to figure it out is to go try and get better at it. So the next time you do it, you're even better at it. But action creates confidence, okay? You hear us say this all the time. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, okay? You're just going to have to get out there and do things over and over until you feel like you're proficient at them. But frankly, you're sometimes better off not being too terribly proficient at it. We've talked about this a lot on our drives. You know, sometimes we get too caught up in our heads and how we should do things, and we lose what's in our heart and just the fact that we need to share what we love with people. So I just encourage you to stay in your hearts. Don't get caught up in your head. Share with the people that you come across in your travels throughout your day, and see what happens.
I just feel like this is going to be one of those moments. Some of you saw my call with Wendy James, and I talked about feeling like this was going to be a defining moment in my life. This was going to be something big. Like, I feel the momentum building. I see it building. I was so excited that so many of you are participating. When I threw this out, I had no idea the response would be so great. And it just brought me to tears and moved me and just stirred that little, just that swelling in my heart that I had in the very beginning of this, where it was so mission driven and I just couldn't stop myself from sharing. And I feel that again. I just want this to be that kind of defining moment, the moment where you decide that you're in both feet and you're not letting anyone or anything stop you from moving this mission forward. That's my hope for this. And I hope that you all can feel that's the energy I have for this. That's the energy I'm putting into it myself. I am going for 20 enrollments, which is obviously not super easy when you're outside of your warm market. I'm in my lukewarm/cold market. And that for me is very uncomfortable stepping into that, but I'm doing it. I'm finding my 20. I'm going to do it even if I have to go door to door. This is going to be a defining moment in my business. This is going to change everything. And I hope that you will take that same feeling and let this be a defining moment for you, that you'll declare that it's the defining moment, that you'll jump in with both feet, and that you won't let anything get in your way.
Yeah, so you think about the momentum that comes every year after convention, and you think about what would happen if you actually added another 20 members to your team, or maybe it's another 100. Maybe if you have a couple teams going under your organization, maybe you end up with a few hundred extra enrollments by the time we hit convention, and that momentum really picks up. Think the difference that makes to have that head start. But on top of that, just think practically about what it means if you go enroll 20 people with 100 PV enrollments. That's $400 in fast start money. on top of everything else. So there's some really nice incentives to be had for going out and pushing yourself. So think about that. It's a great time to have extra money with kids going back to school, those kinds of things that always add a little extra expense. So, but when you look at the momentum this is going to create and the way that plays into post-convention momentum, this is huge. So put your helmets on. It's time to go fight win. So if you need me to yell in your ear hole, call me.
He's good at it. He's good at getting your game face on. So get your game face on. Just to throw it out there to anyone that really hasn't heard about the contest. I know a few people were traveling, which is why we extended the enrollments for 2 more days to give you times to set up teams. The winning team gets to split all the cash prize that's coming in. So it's $10 per individual to join this challenge, $50 for the team of 5, and all that money is going to get split amongst the winners. Burke and I are actually going to add an additional $500 to that tally. And then they will also win a retreat in Southern Utah. And we're really excited about that because we want to spend the time with you. We're going to mastermind. We've got Wendy James, who lives nearby, the Brackens, who live nearby. We're quite confident we'll be able to get one of the Truman family members here. Their parents live in our hometown. So it's going to be a lot of fun masterminding and strategizing and helping you move your business even forward from this competition. We live really close to Zion's National Park, so we'll be able to take you on a beautiful hike and see some beautiful scenery in Southern Utah. And we can't wait for your team to win this. We're so excited.
It's a beautiful time to be here. It really is. In October, when it's starting to get a little cool in other places around the country, and man, St. George is just right. It's a beautiful time to be here. So even if you don't want to hang out with us, at least come to St. George, see Zion's, see some of the surrounding beauty. It's definitely worth it. So plus you get to sleep on one of our kids' beds or something, or on the floor in the basement. Who doesn't want that? No, we'll make sure it's comfortable. So anyway, we're looking forward to it. Nothing better than getting this community together and seeing the power behind what we can do as a whole. And this is going to be fun to see that happen again. So looking forward to it. You guys know you're the rock star team, so we have every confidence in all of y'all. So, Mark, are you alive?
Yes, sir.
Or is this like Weekend at Bernie's? Romy's just got his propped up next to her.
Yeah.
You move.
Yeah.
No, maybe
Awesome.
you need to yell in my ear hole.
You need what? Yeah, I'd like to yell in your ear hole. So.
Mark and I are going to brainstorm. And so if you know me, I'm a little competitive. So I fully expect that the rock stars will win. So we will throw something extra in there. We haven't figured out what that is, but we will definitely throw something extra in there. So we are the best team. We are the best. You guys are amazing. I have no doubt whatsoever that you guys will do amazing at this. And so I expect that it will be rock stars that will be at Burke and Natalie's in St. George. I expect that.
Maybe you can come sleep on the floor of the motorhome.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, I think maybe what you could throw in is that you'll come down to the retreat. Eh?
Well, I was actually, yeah, it will be, yeah, for sure. That's definitely something that is possible. So, the mechanic.
It's very possible considering your house has wheels on it. So.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. And we'll be in that direction anyway. So, moving in that direction. So, I wanted to touch just a little bit on what Natalie was talking about. And, it is the mindset, and it is figuring out what's going to work for you. And by all means, please do not look at other leaders and compare yourself in what you're doing, because everyone does it different. Try and there are the historically, you know, the one-on-ones and classes and stuff like that. That is what will make this go fast, and it just works. However, social media is in there, and so try and really figure out how to blend that. Try and figure out what is your niche. Do what you love to make this work, and figure out what you're going to do to make it work no matter what. Don't let anybody tell you that that's wrong, that you can't do it that way. Because if you come up with an idea and you got a burning in your gut that says, oh, I think I should do it this way, there's a reason that there is a burning in your gut to do it that way. So at all costs, just get in there and do it, and really figure out. Sometimes we go and do stuff like this because we want something desperately, and sometimes we get in there and do this because there's something in our life that we don't want anymore. And Mark and I were talking about it just the other day. When I started, I didn't have these big dreams of traveling and all of that. My thing is that I wanted to be out of my job. I hated what I was doing, and that was my driving force. It wasn't this big extravagant dream. It was something that I really needed to change, something that was just not good in my life anymore. It was a negative thing that I was trying to change. So whatever it is, that's up to you individually. That is totally you, not anybody else. Don't let anybody else tell you what's acceptable, what is not. This is your deal, and it has to be your deal in order for you to make this work, or it won't work, because you'll be striving, and striving is not good. There has to be a burning in your belly. I was reading this book the other day, and actually it was a Western. It wasn't even a personal development book. But so in there it says, actually it's not what you think, it's what you know. You have to know that you can do this. And that is what it is. You just have to know that no matter what, you're going to do this. You can do this. You're worth everything that your heart desires. Everything. And that's just the way that it is. So mechanically, the mechanics of this. So, Natalie, are you there?
What the heck are you doing?
Don't ask.
Wow. Maybe you should have turned your camera off for a minute.
Kenzie said to shut her video off.
Bert's not even there. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
I had to move out of his seat.
She has no idea how to turn her video off.
I have no idea. I was like, if I try to do anything, I'm going to lose the call. So I'm just going to go ahead and climb over the seat. Good thing I'm flexible.
Just so all of you know, that's not the first time we've been embarrassed by some of the things they do when they're together.
You don't even want to know our story.
And it's pretty hard to embarrass me.
So are you creating like a tracking sheet? Is that what you were talking about that the other day? So you're gonna, yes. And I'm assuming you'll do this in Powerful Providers anyway, but I just want to be clear.
It will be posted. It will be uploaded in the special group, the 100 Enrollment Club group,
okay.
In the file section, and that will help everybody keep track of their own 20. What I'd like to do is actually each team assign a team captain that's going to report their weekly enrollments to me, so that I can go back, double check everything as we go along, and I'll announce all of that in that group. So awesome. In Powerful Providers, make sure that you comment. If you're coming in late to the game, you still want to join in, get that commented in Powerful Providers. We'll get you switched over to this other group and get all the tools that you need to really knock it out and be successful.
Awesome. So if you have people on your team that have not registered, like Natalie said, she has extended it. So this isn't really black and white with this part of it. So if there's somebody that comes to mind and you think that they would be awesome at this, then please ask them if they want to be part of it. And if you're already part of a group and you have somebody else on your team that's going to do it, you can still help them. You can get in there and you can be in their group and cheer them on and help them. It doesn't mean that you're a separate entity in that. It still is a joint community in doing this. It really is, to be able to do this together. It's just a little healthy competition.
Yes, healthy
Competition.
Yes. And we do have people, like we've had an individual reach out to us and asked if she could just compete individually for the 20. And that's totally fine. If you can't find a team or don't feel comfortable being on a team right now, do it for yourself. Do it individually, because we are going to take the top 3 enrollers of the individuals and give them a spot at that retreat as well.
Awesome.
Of every participant. So anybody that hits their 20 enrollments and then goes beyond that, the highest enrollers of those personal enrollments will get to come to the retreat. So
Awesome.
So you can totally do that if you don't have your team. We wanted the synergy in the team. I think there's a lot to say about the energy that builds up when you're working in a community like that. I love how many of you have already said you've done your Zoom calls together with your team, and some of it's been cross-line teams, and I love that. I'm so excited for the teamwork and camaraderie that's already taking place. Camaraderie.
Do you have time for questions?
Yes.
Anybody have questions? Don't be shy.
Get your game face on.
Iris, you're giggling. You must have something on your mind.
She's still laughing at me changing over to the other seat.
I can think of all kinds of questions that don't have anything to do with what we're talking about. So I will be quiet.
Yeah, we still don't know where babies come from, so don't ask.
Okay, so I think I might have missed it. I know the deadline for joining the group has been extended, but are the enrollments still from July 6th through September 6th?
Yes, enrollments still count backdated to July 6th when we officially launched.
Okay,
Yes.
but people can change or they can join a group all the way until when?
What's today, Tuesday? Thursday. We're going to give 2 days from this call. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And then it will be closed. So Thursday's it.
Alrighty, awesome.
Teams do we have so far?
Yeah, so far we have, what did I tell you? We have 32 teams, you guys. 32 teams.
Wow.
Think
That
of
is
the movement.
fantastic.
Think of the movement that's going to create. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
And 30 of them are rock stars. I just know it.
I love it.
I just know it.
You guys are awesome. Any other questions?
Okay, anybody else? All right, let's do the giveaway, Kenzie.
What are we giving away?
With Romy's permission, you weren't around, Mark, but I did ask. We're giving away a sensational kit.
Oh my gosh.
And the winner is Jackie. Jackie, you don't have a last name, but your first name's on here as Jackie.
Is her? Does she show on her face?
All right, I am now. I'm putting my kids to bed.
Oh, it's Jackie Ginter.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you have to show your face.
I'm sitting here reading to my little boy. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Are you in the challenge, Jackie?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But Jackie, I believe we still need your team name.
Oh, no. I put it in yesterday.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Awesome.
You can stop the recording, Kinsey. Please.